Gaia, a metaphysical prehistory, the first city. In the beginning was the sky and the swirling vastness of the cosmic universe, expanding exponentially, and masses of matter and energy materializing into living form. In another beginning came Gaia Earth, to the inhabitants within Gaia Universe, where hills rolling into mountains, sweeping into oceans, merge into sky, and sky is merely reflector of Gaia, world of all worlds, end of worlds. To the inhabitants beyond, a strangely moving spherical body, somersaults silently across eons of cosmic planes, pitching and rolling headlong through the deep. Pulsating blue-green in hue, this stellar organism, teeming with millions upon her millions of spiralating tendrils of life, bears the following inscription for its cosmic beholders. Gaia, spherical organism, bearer of multitudes of living creatures, adrift on an uncharted frontier, destination unknown, in quest of life, in search of relation. Before the Gaia ever came to be, and while the sky yawned vacuously, now open in brilliance of wondrous light, now closed, shut black, sometimes thundering, windy, wild, harsh, now gentle, always changing, responded an emergent, watery life blue, now moving strands green, blending brown, separating into myriads of infinitesimal material forms, multifarious in color, design, texture, some firm in place, while others soft, moving from space to space, swelling spherical now into Gaia of many living creatures, sheltered by sky, anchored in firmament, supple in plentiful water, warmed in sunlight, soon proliferating into multitudes, miniature lives shooting upward from earth matter. Changeable like the sky, however, the now smiling Genesis, by energy expanding outward, now again by matter contracting inward, put Gaia of many living creatures to the challenge. Whatever increases manifold in matter must in equal measure increase manifold in light. So setting bitter contest, so between the proliferation of gross matter and the rise of the energy of light, and Gaia became embattled organism, as species was pitted against species, creature against creature, caught in the vortex of material struggle, ever widening by the explosion of organic lives, multiplying in legions. Her mass weight, however, in matter, remained constant, though changing appearances, changing forms, changing hands, from the dispossessed to the possessor, or from territory lost to territory gained, or from birth of the due, or the death of those vanquished in battle. Her flow of energy, despite cataclysmic devastation and volcanic eruption over eons of time, held steady equilibrium, finally reaching critical mass, in which evolution was ignited the human element, of equal part matter and energy, therefore metaphysical, or the crossing between, emerging with an ascendance of energy sufficient to charge Gaia of many living creatures from the hold of the territorial to the pull of the transcendent. Vacillating fluid, however, between matter and mind, unresolved species, yet to evolve to the full human emergence, now at one moment expanding by mind energy to the scale of Gaia's universe, searching out the passageway to the transformation. Now in another evolution cut to slow motion, by the inertia of body matter caught on the narrowing blade of stark survival, frightened of being, still yet to become, mind stretching taut between the dark and the daylight, hooked finally by the combat of territorial conflict, where the exercise of might became an easy appeasement for the pain of metaphysical uncertainties. And so, in victorious struggle, persuaded from transformer to technician, taught by the sky, now light, now dark, now to create, now to kill, now to cut bondage of the transcendent unknown, from minion to the cosmic, became master of Gaia, builder of the known. So came the first city to Gaia Earth, a shelter from the wild, the windy and the too wide open, a world closed, secure by the hold of the human. Over eons of time, Gaia, of many living creatures, hardened to the pull of the human. As matter became metal, became gold, her once pliable surface condensed inward to a higher density than light could lift. As her outward flow of energy was contracted into myriads of machinations, numerations of currencies, exchanging for every conceivable consumable, expanding, exponentially insulating and shoring up the territorial known, against the too threatening frontier of the ever-advancing tide of the transcendent unknown. So came the long wintering down, when the human dome mushroomed over Gaia, shading the hills and the rivers, silencing the song of winged life, and the cry of the once fellow field creature shrank into the darkening of Gaia's universe. As matter came to be consolidated, compact around the human mind, enclosing the metaphysical, sealing off the airway to the transcendent, obstructing Gaia's respiration with the cosmic separating human from Gaia, even human from human. And the city grew up, embattled to pieces. To the inhabitants within, human's first city became reality, beginning of all life, world of all worlds, end of all life. As the mind, carrying the memory of that earlier time, traveling wild, traveling wide, hardened inward toward the glitter of the new indoor world. To the inhabitants beyond, behold Gaia, spherical being, blue-green in hue, touched in sunlight, bearer of many living creatures, one among which the human, adrift on the as yet uncharted cosmic frontier, in quest of other life, in search of more relations, pitching and rolling unwieldly through the cosmic deep, now expanding toward the pull of the transcendent, now again contracting to the hold of the territorial. Navigational course undetermined, accumulating a mass weight in excess of forward lift.